You can be quiet now, cicadas. Today I'm going to show you everything that I read and watched in the month of April 2020. I was home a lot, so I watched and read a lot. Here we go. Got my handy dandy notebook. The first movie that I watched this month was The Other Guys. I thought some of the parts in the beginning were funny. It definitely had its scenes, but as a whole I didn't think it was very funny. So, sorry. The second movie that I watched was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. We are starting a Disney movie marathon now that we have Disney Plus. I say now that we've had it since the start, but we're doing this now. I had a good time with it. We fan casted ourselves as the dwarves. It was lit. So the next thing we watched was a Netflix comedy special, and it was John Mulaney's New in Town. So funny. If you want to laugh for like over an hour, watch John Mulaney's New in Town. It's hilarious. The next movie I watched was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really liked Brad Pitt and DiCaprio together. I think they're just great together. But something I had a problem with was that they cut that little shimmy from the trailer where he's like, they cut that out. That wasn't in the movie, and that's like my favorite thing. Like, can't. I was so upset. But yeah. After that, I watched Onward. This time, it was a rewatch, and I was showing it to my siblings. And it's really cool because even if, like, you know how it ends, going back and watching it a second time, you're really able to see, like, I can't say without spoiling it, but you're really able to see throughout the movie, like, the message of it, if that makes sense. It won't make sense until you see it, but once you see it, you'll know what I mean, and it's still a really good movie. I still have the same problems with it as, last month. Shut up, cicadas! But yeah, good movie. After that, we watched Popeye, and I'm going to say, unless seeing a man splat an entire can of spinach into his mouth at once interests you, then I say maybe don't watch this one. Then we watched Game Night. These darn trucks. I should have just filmed inside. Ugh. But yeah, Game Night was really fun. Had me laughing. Rachel McAdams. Everybody did a great job. Even the guy Todd from Breaking Bad, who I do not like Todd, he was still funny in this movie too. There's ants all over my handy dandy notebook! Then I saw they were playing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 on TV, and even though I own it, of course I had to watch it. So, always 5 out of 5 stars. Perfect. Love it. Ugh. Such a good movie. Now the next one was awful. And that was, True Memoirs of an International Assassin. Let me check my book. True Memoirs of an International Assassin. Yeah. It's so boring and stupid, and I hate it. Skipping over a little bit, we watched Tiger King, and I think that pretty much speaks for itself. And then we watched the follow-up show, The Tiger King and I, and that was really funny. Joe McHale, he's funny. This wind ruins my review. I'm gonna be so upset. Up next, we got Baby Driver. That was a fun movie. It had my mom screaming at the TV, oh no, baby! Oh, baby! So, that was fun. and I liked kind of where it went. Jamie Foxx annoyed me. So, I liked that. I won't get into spoilers, but I think I already kind of did. Oops. Also watched Jim Gaffigan's Obsessed and Noble Ape. They're fine. I'm, like, very hard to please with comedies, and I wish I wasn't. But, I mean, it's hard. It's like I don't laugh and I want to laugh. Usually like a few good jokes, and that's about it. Then we rewatched The Hunger Games. Totally impulsive. The new book is coming out this month. I wanted to reread the books, but at least if I can't do that, I'm going to rewatch the movies. The next movie we watched was Inglourious. That movie, oh my gosh, it sucks you in the entire time. And, I I've never had a movie give me chills down my head. My head. Ugh! But it's so good. Good. Gruesome. Like, putting it out there, it's gross at times. But the story and the characters are A++. And a helicopter now too. Oh my gosh. Now quickly going over the books that I read this month. I read the Doctor Strange Jr. novel, and I think I've just learned that as much as I like the Marvel movies, I don't like the books. And every time I read them, I just get mad at them. And I know that they're not meant for my age, but I can't even enjoy them. And I really want to, and I can't. So I probably just need to stop reading them. It was just painful. And they quote it like you know the movie, but then the storytelling, you'd have to have seen the movie to understand the way they tell it, because it goes back and forth between him fighting Caecilius and then regular story every chapter. So it's hard to follow if you haven't seen the movie, and then it ends. It doesn't even end at the end of the movie. They just end it usually like at the end of the second act. So I just don't like them very much, and disappointed. Then I reread Monster Calls. It was my third time reading it. I did it for the reading rush, the stay-at-home reading rush, and it still hits me so hard. I think it's a really great story, and there's a fly, a big like horse fly or something. I need to go inside. Then I read the little short story that came with the Knives Out Blu-ray, Hook, Line, and Sinker, and it was good. It's like 40 something pages, like it's really short, but so in that sense it was good for the amount of pages that we had, but I think the end was a little convenient. And the last book that I read was my favorite, and that was Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, and I really liked it. I think there's a few parts that are a little slower paced, and of course you have to have those parts, but when it got going, oh my gosh, it got going. And I'll just say the one scene at the opera though. Jumping back into movies, we watched Charlotte's Web at night, and it's still great. I still love it. Templeton, he still freaks me out, but other than that, these trucks, man. Okay, I'm leaving. Okay, I'm in my garage, don't judge me. The next two movies that we watched were Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. Again, yeah, I know. I was showing them to my brother because he had seen the first one before, but I wanted to know which one he liked better between 1 and 2, so I made him watch both of them, and I was right. Then we watched The Hateful Eight. No, I will say it was a sense... That door just blew open! I'm leaving. I feel like I'm being hunted or something. So I'm in our camper now. Let's try to do this a little bit better. Where was I? Oh yeah, Hateful Eight. We watched a censored version. Not fully, but the language in that movie I didn't like. Now I know you can expect it because of the director, but I didn't like that. 3/4 of the movie, I was bored. And just with not liking the language and with the story being slow, it was kind of hard to sit through. But then I got to the last quarter, and that quarter sucked me in. I was totally invested, and then, like, something that happens in that brings the characters together, and once they're together, oh my gosh. I mean, at that point, it was very good. Walton Goggins and Samuel L. Jackson together are amazing. Just amazing. Then we watched Disney Nature's Penguins, and oh my gosh, Steve-O! Those dang leopard seals, oh my gosh, if you've seen it. I mean, I gave that thing a high rating because I enjoyed the entire thing except those leopard seals. That was awful. I hate them. Then I watched Barbie Princess and the Pauper because my sisters had it on, and
how could I refuse?
Now, the next movie kind of started... I'm so done with weird stuff happening in this video. The next thing we watched kind of started our Leonardo DiCaprio kick. We watched like 3 of his movies in a row, and I would have watched more, but we have to watch other things apparently. We watched Catch Me If You Can, and I really liked it. He's so like clever and everything, and he makes life look like so easy. I want my life to be that easy, doctor. Yeah, I'm gonna be a doctor today. No, a lawyer. I'll be a lawyer tomorrow. Yeah, it's so great. I want to do that. Then we watched Inception, and so good. So good. Go watch Inception. It's great. I had seen it before, but it was so late, and I was tired and just trying to understand. I liked it, but I didn't love it like I love it now. I love it. Please go watch it. It's so good. And then the last movie we watched in our DiCaprio mini marathon was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And it was good. The acting was really, really good. Especially DiCaprio and the siblings. The siblings, just the dynamic that they had. I felt for him. Then we watched Grizzly Man. I don't know how I feel about that. I still don't know how I feel about that. Then, for the big finale. For what I watched in April. Are you ready? Stranger Things Season 3. Oh my gosh! So good! Best season yet. Insanity. Please watch the show. I recommend it highly. That was everything that I watched and read in the month of April. It was a lot, I know, but self-isolation. So, yeah. Now that you know I'm crazy, though, I'm gonna go. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Who am I kidding? I'd have to leave my phone in here. Bye.